What is it about black holes that you think captures kind of the culture? People do, I don't know if resonate is the right word, but they are drawn to it as a kind of this symbol of something. And, you know, things come to my mind. I don't know whether it's the limits of our knowledge, like you say, like the sheer image of it, this kind of hole in the fabric of space-time that goes where we don't know, and the kind of sheer size and scale of it. And I don't know whether it's the fact that it's just a hole, and human beings, like historically, evolutionary, try to avoid holes, and it's the ultimate of holes. Well, you know, some, but falling down them, right? Falling into them.
Yes.
And I think that kind of element of it. What do you think? These are just, you know, the things that spring to my mind. Do you think there's something about it that captures the cultural imagination?
Yeah, I think that your insights are totally accurate, and I've thought the same thing a lot. Why are we so obsessed with black holes? And, you know, I think a lot of it is what you said. There is this kind of like historic and, you know, maybe evolutionary, you know, reticence to get close to a hole because of, you know, falling and things like you just said. But I think also, if that were the case, then it would not be, you know, people also, you can, you know, see, people are also fascinated by news stories of some weird sinkhole showing up in like the middle of a small town in Britain, right? And it's like, oh, you got all these British grandmothers standing nearby, and there's this bizarre hole that just appeared out of nowhere. There's like a truck that falls in or something like that. But it's not the same kind of visceral sort of thing as a black hole, because I think part of it is that, number one, is that black holes are so remote and they're so far away that it allows us to be fascinated by them and to kind of get toward the sort of dangerous nature of them in a safe way, in a comfortable way. We can speculate about black holes, and it's like, because we're never going to experience one ourselves. There's some caveats there with particle physics, but we're never going to go to a black hole ourselves. Like we said before, it's one of these extreme examples of the limitations to human knowledge and experience. That in and of itself is fascinating. It's like the sort of like the forbidden fruit, or the again, this notion of back in like religious communities or spiritual traditions, where there's this veil and you can never pass that. And if you know, once you die, there's some version of you, some ineffable thing that then passes, and you can't know that when you're alive. It's such an extreme one-way street, an extreme version of this sort of emptiness, and the most profoundly empty thing physically that you could ever literally think of or conceptualize. Like, that's it. You know, when you look into the abyss, the abyss looks into you as well. The black hole is the ultimate abyss.